This is lesson 2 from the book Tested and Approved by Tom Lane. In this video session, I'm going to give you some summarized thoughts to apply to your life circumstances. Are you ready? Here we go. Lesson 2 is titled, Life and Ministry are about people before they're about results. For us to understand God and serve His interest on earth, we must first comprehend the relational nature of God and how much He loves us. The big question that each of us must answer about our life is this: are we pursuing a personal, intimate relationship with God, or are we working to appease Him, to earn His approval? The reason this question is so important is it flavors not only our relationship with God, but the way we relate to everyone else in our lives. If we relate to God with the perspective that we are valued by Him based on what we do for Him, if we think He loves us based on the good works we produce, we'll relate to people with the same perspective, valuing them for what they do rather than for who they are or who they're becoming. We'll judge them and their actions rather than loving them for their potential and helping them into a place of unity, agreement, and a surrendered relationship with God. We have to be careful to not value people based on the results they produce. They are not something to be discarded when they can't produce what is expected or can't produce the result we need. We can't dispose of them like a worn-out part on a machine. We must remember that God values people. The work of our lives, regardless of our vocation, is to point people to God. Jesus commanded us to go into all the world and make disciples. He didn't say, go into the world and build a business, make lots of money, be a great athlete or a gamer on the internet. None of that is bad in itself. It just can't be the focus of our life. We can't ignore people, use them, climb over them on the way to the top, and think we will hear God say, well done, good and faithful servant. You may have heard this statement, with God, the journey is the destination. In other words, if we're rushing to produce a result, thinking it will please God without any regard to the people around us, we're missing the point of God's work in us and through us to impact people and make disciples. Jesus asked this question: what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? The answer is nothing permanent. It's all temporary, because the world is temporary. The things that will last eternally are the things that we have done to impact people. When I was about to graduate from high school, my dad illustrated this important concept by asking me a question. He asked me, what business do you think I'm in? I thought he was trying to trick me because he and his partners owned and operated a wholesale paper distribution company that sold paper towels and toilet paper and copier paper and printing paper and items like those to wholesale customers. So I somewhat hesitantly responded, the paper business? He said, well, that's what you would think, but it's not accurate. I'm in the people business. He went on to say, I work with our employees to help our customers. I relate to our investors and to serve our customers to meet their needs. I do it with a heart of service and with personal integrity, honesty, and fairness. He said, I impact people's lives by helping them. I build trust with them, and this results in sales for our business. He didn't say, I use people to make sales, to get wealthy, or to reach my personal goals. He understood he had a platform of influence, and he sought to use it to reflect God's light in his life as he helped people. No matter what your vocation, you are in the people business. Here's the secret we must all understand. Our life and the circumstances that we experience, the lessons we learn, the struggles we overcome by faith are God's laboratory for development, training, and correction in our lives. Once we've learned our lessons, we've earned the right to share what we have learned to help others on their journey. Through freedom of choice, we determine the outcome of our efforts. Will we be lazy, self-willed, and independent, causing us to be sidelined from God's purpose and plans? Will we use the platform of influence we have to impact others and serve them with the understanding that we are the extension of God's love and care to them? God is patient, kind, and long-suffering. Our natures should reflect those qualities as we relate to people under our development and care. Our focus is on molding, shaping, and developing them through our love, care, and commitment to them, using our experiences to help them, because life is all about people. Here's a couple of questions to think about as we process this information. Do you relate to people based on what they do for you, what they produce? Do you value people based on who they are, who they're created to be, or how they live and act right now? Are you using the platform of your influence to help people? Are you using it selfishly or sacrificially? One final thought to end this lesson. A lawyer came to Jesus and asked him, "Teacher, what's the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus responded, "To love God with all your heart, and second is like it, to love your neighbor as yourself." We must recognize that our Father, God, is in the people business, and that means we are too.